Sun Tzu says, "Every battle is won before it is fought," meaning success happens before the action begins. Most people enter situations unprepared. They improvise. They react emotionally. They hope things go well. But strategic people, they plan. Sun Tzu explains that preparation is everything. Studying the situation, understanding timing, knowing your strengths, and identifying weaknesses before making a move. Think about business. A successful closer doesn't just jump on a sales call randomly. He studies the client. He understands objections. He controls the conversation before it even starts. The same applies in life. People lose because they move emotionally instead of strategically. Lesson: never enter a battle unprepared, whether it's business, fitness, money, or relationships. Preparation gives confidence. Confidence creates control. Know your enemy. Sun Tzu says, "If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles." This might be the most important lesson in the entire book. Most people don't even know themselves. They don't know their weaknesses, emotional triggers, fears, strengths, habits, or mindset, and because of that, they become easy to manipulate. Self-awareness is a weapon. When you understand yourself, you control emotions, decisions become smarter, and pressure affects you less. But Sun Tzu also says you must understand the opponent. In business, understand the customer. In negotiations, understand motivations. In life, understand human psychology. The people who understand human behavior usually control the outcome. This is why observation is powerful. Sun Tzu constantly talks about studying behavior, terrain, patterns, and movement. The person who observes more reacts less, and the one who reacts less usually wins. Leadership and discipline, 11 o'clock to 13 o'clock. Sun Tzu believed leadership determines victory. A weak leader creates chaos. A disciplined leader creates confidence. According to the book, great leaders combine intelligence, calmness, courage, discipline, and emotional control. People naturally follow certainty. That's why emotional control is powerful. Imagine two leaders during crisis. One panics, one stays calm. Who would you trust? Exactly. Sun Tzu also warns against ego. Arrogance blinds people. Anger destroys judgment. Fear weakens decisions. A strategic person controls emotions instead of being controlled by them. Discipline is also critical because motivation comes and goes. But discipline creates consistency, and consistency wins long-term wars. Adaptability is power. One of the biggest reasons people fail is rigidity. They refuse to adapt. But Sun Tzu teaches the opposite. He explains that situations constantly change, and smart leaders change with them. He compares strategy to water. Water adapts to any shape. It flows around obstacles. It doesn't break. It adjusts. Life works the same way. The market changes, technology changes, opportunities change. The people who survive are not always the strongest. They are the most adaptable. Look at business today. People who ignored AI are already behind. People who adapt quickly gain massive advantage. The same applies personally. If one strategy fails, change strategy, not the goal. Emotional people quit. Strategic people adapt. That's the difference. Leadership and discipline, 11 o'clock to 13 o'clock. Sun Tzu believed leadership determines victory. A weak leader creates chaos. A disciplined leader creates confidence. According to the book, great leaders combine intelligence, calmness, courage, discipline, and emotional control. People naturally follow certainty. That's why emotional control is powerful. Imagine two leaders during crisis. One panics, one stays calm. Who would you trust? Exactly. Sun Tzu also warns against ego. Arrogance blinds people. Anger destroys judgment. Fear weakens decisions. A strategic person controls emotions instead of being controlled by them. Discipline is also critical because motivation comes and goes. But discipline creates consistency, and consistency wins long-term wars. How to apply the art of war in modern life, 1300 to 1500. So, what's the real message of the art of war? It's simple. Life is strategy. Every day, you negotiate, compete, make decisions, manage emotions, and handle pressure. Sun Tzu teaches us, think before acting, stay calm under pressure, observe more than you speak, adapt quickly, and choose battles wisely. The people who master strategy usually master life. And maybe the biggest lesson of all is this: you don't need to be the strongest person to win. You need to be the smartest, because in the end, power without strategy destroys itself. But strategy combined with patience becomes unstoppable. If you enjoyed this breakdown of the art of war, subscribe for more videos about psychology, strategy, self-improvement, business, and powerful books that can change your mindset. And remember, the greatest victory is the one achieved without fighting.